Today, we will build your self-compassion reserve. This is your tool for the moments when things go wrong during this program and you feel like you'd rather want to abandon the program and don't continue because it's just too painful and you feel guilty and ashamed. You know that feeling? I do. So, Dr. Kelly McGonigal from Stanford reports that most people, until I heard that, me included, thought that being self-punishing or self-critical is helpful when you slip, because then you force yourself not to slip in the future. But the opposite is true. It actually increases the risk of future willpower collapses. So being self-punishing and self-critical helps you make the mistake again that you're actually being self-punishing about. And this has been proven in several studies. A group of people that were on a diet that wanted to lose weight were invited into a candy tasting study. So they were greeted, and the first thing they were asked to was to choose a donut, choose the flavor and the type and everything. So they felt really complicit, and they had to eat that. And then they were waiting for the actual candy tasting. And half of the group, randomly selected, received an information. Somebody from the study came in and told them the following message. We realized that some of you feel guilty about having that donut. But we want you to remember that we asked you to do it, and by the way, everybody indulges sometimes. So please don't be too hard on yourself. That was all. Very simple message. It turns out that the people who received this message ate less than half of the candy in the candy tasting than the ones that didn't receive the message. And the reason for this is that guilt and shame and these feelings that we have when we slip, they turn on our need for instant gratification. They turn on our anxiety, on our longing for things that tempt us, temptation. So in order to help us in the almost inevitable case that whatever you put into your calendar yesterday, you will still slip at one point because just life hits, to build a self-compassion reserve for this moment. So I want you to write down a message to yourself and store it somewhere where you have it handy in the moment you need it, on your phone, in your purse, wherever. And it is a message that contains these three elements. First, be mindful of your thoughts and feelings. By allowing yourself to articulate your feelings of guilt and shame, you diffuse them. So allow yourself to have those feelings and then allow yourself the space to let them go away. Second, remind yourself of the common humanity. Everybody slips. That's just part of who we are. That's part of change. It's hard sometimes. So we slip. That's okay. Everybody does it. And the third is about encouragement. Treat yourself as if you were treating somebody you're mentoring. Encourage, step back a little, focus on the big picture versus the small slip that happened. And put yourself in a place where you feel comfortable in starting again and don't feel so guilty about that slip. So I want you to write this down, your own version of it, one that really applies to you, your knowledge about yourself, your history of slips in your life that you know, and put it together in a message, beautifully crafted, only for you, that you can pull yourself out of that moment and continue. Okay, have fun. I'll see you tomorrow.